Hey Adonde. So I've meant to make a video response for a very long time actually because I have been watching like all of your videos. um, so first of all, I think you're very funny and I love these stories. Although I find a lot of them to be really ridiculous. Like you met Jessica Simpson and she went, "Do you know who I am?" I mean, that's so cool. And then whenever I look at Kim Kardashian, now I'm always going like, is that the Adonde look? Anyway, I think your videos are very funny and I think that's awesome. And I'm so glad that you keep making them because you're a really cool guy. But what I'm responding to for this video in particular is I may or may not have been a girl who has friend-zoned a few of my friends. And not on purpose, but that just happens to me. But watching this video kind of put it into perspective for me, and I didn't realize how much, how much guys think about these things, because I was always like, oh, it's no big deal, whatever, and didn't realize what I was doing at the time, but now I kind of do. See, I had this friend, and he's still one of my really good friends, and we met at band camp. And at band camp, we were like, hey, we've met before really because of my sister, because I like hung out together and I met him and we like never had a conversation because he's not the most loud person in the whole world. So we started talking more and we became really good friends, and I'm like, this is awesome, this is so great, he's a nice guy. And then he's like, hey, do you want to go to homecoming with me? And I'm like, sure. Now, I didn't realize at the time that going to homecoming with him meant as dates. And mind you, I was a sophomore in high school, so that wasn't that long ago. only like 3 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago, something like that. And so I went to homecoming with him and I'm like, this is so much fun. And then I realized that we weren't going as friends. We were going as, or he at least wanted us to be going as more than friends. So, yeah, he ended up being like, hey, so do you like me? And I was like, no. Now, you think that would be the end of the story, but no, because I'm a very, and I'm usually a very modest person, but, I'm very nice. So when someone says, hey, I like you, I'm like, I'm sorry I don't like you back, and then I continue being friends with them exactly the same way, because I'm like, why should that awkwardness be involved in our relationship? Just because you admitted something that I probably already figured out, because I kind of figured out at that point that this guy liked me. So we were friends for a very long time. We're still friends, but we became best friends for 3 school years, 2 school years, 2 school years. We became friends for 2 school years, and all of a sudden, he's like, I like you. Actually, no, I don't just like you, I'm in love with you. And I'm like, you already know I don't like you. Like, I've told you this before. I've made it pretty clear. And he's like, girl, no you haven't. And I'm like, why? What are you talking about? I've made it very clear. I've dated other people. I, told you that one time. I actually told you a couple times after that when you told me you still liked me. And you're coming to me saying that you're in love with me. And what do you expect out of this? And he's like, hey, you flirt with me, you are so nice to me, you hang out with me and stuff, and I'm sitting there going, you know what, that doesn't mean that I like you. Like, just because I want to be friends, this is how you act around my best girlfriend or whatever. So I ended up, breaking his heart or whatever, and, because I felt so bad, and I was like, why did he think that we had something going for us? Now, watching your video put that all into perspective, because then it started to occur to me, maybe he started going through all of these things over and over and over and over again into his head, like, oh my god, she wants to hang out with me. Does that mean that she, oh my god, she's like flirting with me, even though she flirts with, that's how she acts around everyone else, and I know that's not actually her flirting with me, like things like that. And so now it makes me feel kind of bad, because I didn't mean to hurt him and I didn't mean to do all this stuff. And yeah, so all these little stories that you tell people, like, I know you probably think, oh my god, they're just a funny story, or I'm just sharing my occurrences with people. They actually do kind of give advice, which, you wouldn't exactly expect from your videos. Also, I'm gonna leave off with this, and I don't know if you're gonna have time to. Why is this hair falling in my face this entire time? Sorry, but I know you're probably busy with all these other things and stuff, but I'm just gonna ask you a little bit of stuff. So, one, was there ever part 5 for that one video thing with the going back in time and stuff? Because I love those. And I know you said it takes a while for you to make them, but I don't know if I just missed one of the things, because that I do that. um, and then another one I wanted to ask you is, how did you start getting into this YouTube vlog thing, and how did you get so many viewers and subscribers and stuff? Because I'm thinking of starting a YouTube channel, and for one, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about. I was probably just gonna rant the entire time, like I'm kind of doing right now. But I was thinking maybe of doing like a Jenna Marbles thing, because although I just shared a personal story with you, I'm not too into giving personal stories like you are. But yeah, I just wanted to know if you had any tips on how to do that. I don't know if you've made a video on that or anything, because I haven't looked through every single one of your videos. But yeah, so if you could answer that, that would be awesome. If not, I completely understand. You probably get a billion of these questions all the time, but I just wanted to say thank you for putting this whole friend zone thing into perspective, and I am so sorry for my friend. Thank you. You are so awesome. I love you. And yeah, I'll see you later.